Hey guys, I am back with another video and I'm so excited to be putting this out to you guys. This nail design is going to be super fun, so pretty, but it's also going to be something that I did in the past. If you guys remember when I did my Halloween nail design or even the winter theme nail design, I did a snow globe / aquarium nail technique and you guys loved it. And I did agree that every time a new holiday was going to roll around, I will create a nail design using the snow globe / aquarium nail theme. So that's exactly what this video is going to be about. Before this look, I did go ahead and take off the extra long coffin non-C curved tips, and I'm just gluing them down with my rubber base coat like I normally do. I flash cure it using my little LED lamp on the side, and then I just make sure that I do a full cure for 60 seconds. Now I do have a peel off base coat on. This is the air dry one, and if you guys been following my channel for a while or even my business LGMPro.com, you guys know I'm always trying to test out new products. So that's exactly what this is. So I don't have a link for it yet, but if I like these enough, this will be on my website. So yeah, so after I added those on, these are the other tips that I need to create the snow globe itself. These are full cover tips. This is another item that I've been testing out for a little while, and all I'm doing is I'm taking that full cover tip and I'm measuring it on my nail, and then I am going to be cutting down the tip that I have on, if that makes sense. I hope I'm explaining myself correctly, but I don't have a link for these full cover tips. Like I stated, these are something that I'm testing and it's sent from a manufacturer. So yeah, I don't have a link for that yet. I do go in with the nail file and then file the sidewall a little bit because I did have it sticking out slightly. Now I don't want to go over the top of these nails because, like I said, I do have a peel off base coat, but if you were doing your nails normally, you would go ahead and just blend that tip into your natural nail plate. But what I did go ahead and do after this, I took out my rubber base coat and I applied a decent amount of that, and this is just kind of blending that, also that tip into the nail plate is also helping it, you know, make it even. So I did apply a little bit more than I normally would, but once I applied this to all of the nails, I did go ahead, stick my hand in my lamp, and then I did a full cure for 60 seconds. I'm going in with the color Dreamy, and it is a beautiful pastel pink. This is a hard gel color, meaning it is non-soak off. You do have to file these off. So all I'm doing right now is I'm doing a very thin layer, and like I want this layer to be so thin and flat. I'm not trying to add any bulk to this at all because the snow globe itself, I can't even tongue, the tip itself is kind of going to be, I'm not going to say hovering on top, it's just going to add thickness to the nail. So I don't want to make it any bulkier than it's probably already going to be. So adding a thin layer, I cure that for a full 60, and then I go in with the second layer just to make sure it is fully covered and even. And yeah, just make sure it's all fully cured. For the second color, I'm going in, this is Peach Perfect. It is a gorgeous peach color, and this is a builder gel color, but it is also a hard gel color, meaning it is non-soak off. So with this product, you can go ahead and use this and build it up, but like I said, for this I don't want to build any kind of thickness to this at all. I want this part to be super flat, so I'm adding again thin layers. I add 2 layers of this to the rest of the nails. I do kind of skip the ring nail, not the ring nail, the middle nail. I wanted the tip to be clear, so, and you're gonna see I only apply it towards the top and kind of like blend it down a little bit to make it look like an ombre. But I really also, you need something to protect your nail plate from the oil that's going to be placed inside the snow globe. So this layer acts as 2 things. One is going to strengthen the bottom layer, the tip is going to add color, but it's also going to protect your nail plate from any kind of moisture. So like I said, I'm just adding a thin layer first. I'm going to cure that in place, and then I do go in with the second layer, making sure it is super thin and flat. Once I got all my colors laid and cured, I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to cleanse the surface of the nails because we're going to go in and start filing. Now, when I file, I'm lightly filing. There's not much that I need to file. I just want to make sure I have a smooth surface. So whatever I put inside the snow globe is going to allow, you know, this surface is going to allow it to kind of just glide down, and it's not going to get snagged on anything bumpy or lumpy. Like, it's just going to give it more room inside the snow globe. So I'm just lightly going over the surface of the nails, making sure I have it smooth. I do go in and I buff it again and then just cleanse one more time. Okay, so this is the part that I had a little bit of trouble with last time, and I realized what my error was. If you have not seen the other video, which was I think it was like winter themed nail design, go check it out because I struggled in that video, but I learned my lesson. So what I'm doing here is I am taking my Bling It rhinestone gel. This cures non-tacky, and I'm adding a thin layer. The last time I did this design, I think I did my layer too thick, so I just added a thin layer and then I placed that full cover tip on top, making sure around the corners, you know, is touching the gel. If it's not fully touching it, it's not an issue because you can easily just go back and fill it in with a little more gel. But this Bling It gel is perfect because, one, it is non-tacky, meaning nothing is going to get stuck. You don't have to cleanse it. There's no sticky layer left over. So when you go ahead and you know, add all your little glitter pieces, nothing is going to get stuck to the surface of the nail, which is great. And then, you know, it's just a better adhesion and it holds really well to that nail. Also, what I'm also paying attention to is the hole that I need to have left open, making sure that there's not a lot of glue in that bottom part, because last time when I did that other nail design, I had so much glue on the bottom that it made the hole in the bottom kind of closed up and smaller. And yeah, if you guys watched that video, you know I struggled, but this was so much easier. I just laid it on top. I didn't push too hard. Yeah, I just made sure that a little bit was touching and it was in place, and then I could easily just go back with a little more of that gel and just fill in the holes. And I think it just worked better and it was less time for me struggling this time. I don't know, it was just so much better and easier this time. I got a question asking about the full cover tip, if I sized up or if I sized down, and honestly I did neither. I measured it to my nail, making sure it fit sidewall to sidewall prior to even adding any kind of tips. So whatever that measurement was is what I went with, and so far it's been working really well for me. I haven't had any issues, so I didn't have to size up, I didn't have to size down. I just went with whatever fit my natural nail plate. So as you saw, I did go back in and just make sure all of the edges was fully sealed. I didn't have any kind of holes and everything was locked in. I do try to show you what they look like from like the side profile, and I don't think they're that thick. Being that these are going to be like filled with like liquid, like snow globe, you know, aquarium nails, I don't think they're thick at all. I don't know, I think they're fine. But a lot of you questioned and just wanted to see what the side profile was, so this is me struggling trying to show you, and hopefully you guys can see it from there. So this is the paper that are from like Paper Forms, the backing part of it, and this is perfect for me to create my end caps for the nails. So I'm just taking a little bit of that No White Bling It gel. Remember, this is non-tacky, so this is perfect. Just going in, I'm going to create 5 squares, and like I said, this is going to be the part that's going to go at the ends of the nail after we fill it in with the glitter and the oil. For the stuff that I'm going to put inside the nail, I wanted to do hearts, which was like these pinks and blues. I took out the Set's Nail Cold glitter, and honestly, I was remembering in the last video that see-through glitter does not work well inside the snow globe. It makes it look cloudy, so I ended up nixing it. I didn't use it. I just went in with the blue pinks plastic pieces of hearts and then like the silver glass, and yeah, I was just really happy that I only opted to use those. So I just went in and I just started adding all those little pieces with my tweezers. This was time consuming, but it wasn't as hard as the last time. So yeah, I just kept going in with that, adding them one by one. But once I did that, I did go in with my cuticle oil. This is from Good Girls Press. This worked really well for me in the past, and I'm going to continue using it. Why switch it if it's working fine? So I just go in, I start filling that inside using the same dropper that the jar comes with. I couldn't find my other one, so that worked fine as well. Just filled it up all the way to the top, no bubbles. I didn't want any bubbles in this. A lot of you were saying, oh, the bubbles help it move. No, it does not. It makes it get stuck, and that's why a lot of people have issues because they're trying to add the bubble. You don't need the bubble. Trust me, you do not need the bubble. It also matters the weight of what you're putting inside. Like if whatever you're putting is really light, yeah, it's gonna have a little hard time moving because it's light. There's no weight to it. So that's another reason why I added those silver, like I think they're glass pieces. But yeah, no bubbles. I wanted no bubbles. But as you saw, I just took my little end cap, I added more gel, placed it on top, and then I just cured that in place. Before I even moved on, I made sure that it was fully sealed in the bottom. There is no oil seeping out. I was good to go. Clipped off the extra, and then I just continued doing the same process. This was a little bit time consuming because I did do, you know, one heart at a time individually with these little tweezers, but I kept going with it. It was a lot easier than last time, I can tell you that much. And once I finished filling them in and adding the end caps, I did make sure to do a full cure for 60 seconds.
Honestly, I might catch a flight tonight, just in time to pick you up and see the sunrise. Days with you are my getaway, peace of mind on a rainy day. You know how to show up right on time, never late. You're everything I want, don't play. You're everything I need, don't change the way you feel. And baby, I'ma keep it real. If they gave me everything, I would give it all away for you. Give it all away. With you, I know I'll be okay. Girl, there ain't nothing I wouldn't do. You leave and it hurts so bad, even when I know that you're coming right back. It's like I need to be.
My head was totally in the way for the last one, so I couldn't even show it. But this is the nails. This is me testing out, making sure they move. They move. I was happy. I did get the smallest air bubble in each of them, but that's okay. So from here, I'm going in with my drill. This is my fine taper drill bit, and I think I'm at like 20,000 RPM. And I'm just removing that extra hanging piece from around the bottom of the nail. Now I tried my best, and I really careful doing this, making sure I don't bust open, you know, a pocket and have oil slipping all out. But I added enough gel for where it seals all around, and it was perfect. And honestly, it was just so easy to file. I just made sure I just blended that bottom piece, and you couldn't even feel that there was like an end cap. So I did that to all of them. I showed what I could because some of them I did, you know, my head was in the way and it was just blurry. But yeah, I just continued doing this.
You sick of all the same dudes running up, follow you around, hope you fall in love. They don't see you like I do, yeah. All your friends, they see it too, that I'm the one who looks you in the eye, speaking like I mean it, what's inside. No, these others try and play the part, but I'm the one who made it to your heart. Yeah, I show up on time, I know you need that love.
Once I filed it, I did go in and I buffed over the surface with my white buffing block because I wanted to do some artwork on top. And for the color choices, these are polishes from Nail Reserve. This is Pixie Dust, Flamingo, and then Ice Queen. They do say Nail Addict on it, but they did rebrand, so they are called Nail Reserve. Same kind of polish, but just a different label. And I do have a promo code for them, so you can go in the descriptions, check that out. You'll save some coins. I believe it's like half off the nail polish. But for the design, I'm just going to create some hearts for that ring nail. I decided to do it in a diagonal, filling that whole corner with a heart and then multi-layer it rainbow, like alternating the colors. I don't even know what kind of design you want to call this. But I did that. I did cure it in between as I went. And then when it came to the middle nail, I did really tiny hearts of each of the colors all over. And then I cured that once again in place.
On time, I know you need that love. Tell you everything that you don't hear enough. I fly you out to Paris, see the way they staring. Always on my mind, you know I need that love. Yeah, I show up on time, I know you need that love. Tell you everything that you don't hear enough. Fly you out to Paris, see the way they staring. Always on my mind, you know I need that love.
I went in with my shiny no wipe top coat and I top coated these nails, and I wanted to do sugaring on top, but once I did the top coat, I decided not to do any kind of sugaring effect on top because I just felt like I had a lot of things going on and I really wanted what was inside the nail to be, you know, the showstopper and just really show off. So after I top coated, I cured it, I went straight into bling. I took out 2 Bling It kits. This is the AB Crystal and Crystal Clear. I'm going to use the AB side. I'm going to use the smaller ones. And then the second kit is the Summer multicolored one. And for this, I'm going to use a lot of the small stones, the pink and the blue. And then I do, actually just the pink. And then I do take out the larger blue stone in this kit. I just think it works perfectly for the nail design. Of course, I'm gluing it down with my Bling It No Wipe Rhinestone Gel. And I just started blinging. I don't do a lot. I do enough because, like I said, I kind of feel like a lot is going on and I really want the snow glow part to be the wow factor. But I just do some stones and then I just cure everything in place. And this is the final look. I am in love. I am so happy with how they came out. This is the total opposite than the last video that I just put out, which I love. They're long, they're girly, they're moving. And I'm actually going to wear these for a couple days. I'm going to see how long the peel-off base coat allows me to wear them. It is actually day 3. Somebody said that I could not wear aquarium nails. It's not practical. But girl, I'm going on day 3. I'm going to see how long they last, and honestly I think if they're done well and everything is sealed, I don't think you should have a problem structurally. I think they're fine. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, if you would wear them. If you want to see more content, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it if you like it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love ya.
Oh my pretty babe, something ain't right. Got to find a way to move ahead. Oh my pretty